So Valve finally did it. They added Train back into CS2, and man, is it a huge update. It's not just Train, it's not just a port from CSGO. This is a complete rework of the map from the ground up. As you can see on screen right here, this is it's an insane amount of changes, and I can't wait to dive in and just take a look, and we'll do that here in just a moment. But it's not just a Train update. They've also added back in Overpass and 4 new community maps, one of which I think Basalt was back in CSGO. This is a huge update for the community of CS2. Things have been feeling quite a bit stale lately, and especially as a content creator, there just hasn't been that much to cover. So big props to Valve for coming out with such a huge update pretty much out of nowhere. I mean, they've been teasing it for the last week or so, but honestly, I was not expecting this type of update randomly today. We'll go through all the patch notes here in a minute because it's actually a pretty huge list, but before we do that, let's just get a raw gameplay impression of the new Train and just see how it's looking. All right, so here is Train. I can't believe it's back in CS2 and with an insane looking makeover. I'm sure the first thing you're probably going to notice is the rain. This is pretty unique for a CS2 map. We haven't seen that since, I guess, Aztec. But one of the things that I'm really loving, I mean, the rain effect just looks fantastic in Source 2, but also there's like a water kind of condensation or like drip effect on the weapons. As you can see, like on the stickers, there's rain collecting, little rain droplets. It looks incredible. I mean, the gloves are getting wet. Everything looks so good. I'm kind of concerned about visibility here, but let's do a quick little walkthrough. The first thing we'll do is we'll go towards B. The first thing that I've noticed is that this all, seems relatively similar. But the first thing that most Train players are going to notice is the lack of Pop Dog right here. They've actually moved it to where right over here, there is a drop back behind this position. I actually got a little bit lost, but this will lead down in towards Pop Dog, out through E-Box, and just like that, we're out onto A site. A very, very different looking A site with only 2 train cars in the middle, and then of course, the bomb train. So comms are gonna be a little bit easier, but it seems so much more open than previously. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna go. They've also gotten rid of Heaven, so you can't get up into Heaven. So yeah, I'm interested to see how that's gonna play out. Another interesting piece is they've closed off this second tunnel here to where you just have this one choke point. It's gonna make smoking off this position probably very meta. I'm gonna be staying up all night looking for this sort of thing. But also, Ivy seems fairly similar. The path up here, no different at all. Even this dumpster is still here, which I think was here. Maybe it was on the other side, but either way, you can still, of course, push through Ivy and go out through here towards CT, over towards B. But let's take a look at B. We'll go from kind of the area we were going through. This is T-Con, if you didn't notice. Where are we? Yeah, let's go on up through here and drop down. Of course, if you're going fast, you can do the drop, or you can go silently around the sides. And yeah, very similar to before. You can still throw smokes like this, I would imagine, and smoke off this position, work your way out. That's still going to be probably a fairly meta smoke. But yeah, again, a bit of a change. There are less train cars here, a lot more open space, but I am liking the looks of this more so than I am liking A. One thing that they've done is they've put this big ticket booth here. You cannot go in it, unfortunately, although it is like modeled. But so you're not actually able to go across here. There is a little bit of a jump you can make as a CT. If you're wanting to push up, you can just jump across here. A little strafe, nothing too crazy. It's also a ladder for the less movement inclined players. But overall, this is definitely looking like Train. I'm liking the looks of this. Up through here towards CT is looking very nice. I'm loving the Soviet look. This is just really good. It almost looks like a Halloween map. The only concerns that I have so far are the lack of, it just seems a little bit more open than I was expecting. But I think that's probably a fine change. The only other thing is maybe the lack of visibility. Overall, it does look well lit on the bomb sites, but we'll just have to see how it plays out. I'm super excited to jump in and just find out lineups and just play against players. This is a super exciting change. I love getting new maps into the pool because it gives me content to make. So let's jump into the rest of the update. All right, so before we dive into the rest of the video, I do want to thank today's sponsor, Skins Monkey. So, Skins Monkey is an automated CS2 trading site that provides an instant way for you to get new skins. All you have to do is select your old skins that you don't want anymore and then pick out some fresh ones to trade for. It's as easy as that. And right now you could get a free $5 if you use code TACTICS on the site. And finally, you could get up to a 35% deposit bonus when using my code. So thanks again to Skins Monkey for sponsoring this video. Links in the description. All right, so let's go ahead and jump through these release notes. So the first thing that you're gonna see here is damage prediction. And this is a huge change. This is very important because it affects the feel of the game. A lot of people talk about how CS2 just feels bad, but they can't really put it into words. This right here is going to be adding damage prediction settings. And just reading off of here, it's damage prediction is going to allow clients to immediately play the audio and visual effects of inflicting damage without waiting for confirmation from the server. That's one of the things that I think a lot of people were having an issue feeling that it would say CSGO just felt more responsive. Now, they do kind of have a disclaimer here. It comes with the risk of occasionally being wrong due to aim punch tagging and all of that where your client's not aware of things yet. So it'll be interesting to see how this looks and feels in game. I'm not too sure what to expect, but overall, I think this will be a very positive change once it's completely polished and well implemented. Also, predicted body shot effects, which are disabled by default, headshot effects, disabled by default, and kill ragdolls, which are enabled by default, can each be toggled separately. So this can help for different sorts of custom servers, all of that great stuff. And damage prediction is not active when you have high ping, which should also really help out with the feel whenever you're playing on high ping. So overall, this seems like a very, very awesome change, and I'm super excited to see how this feels in game. Now, as far as animation is concerned, I think the most exciting part of this is the fact that the third-person animation, whenever someone gets blinded, whenever someone gets hit with a flashbang, they usually do like a thing where they cover their eyes. Now they're only going to be covering their eyes while they're fully blinded. So this is a huge change. I've had issues with this in the past where I peek and I see someone fully covering their eyes, and they just shoot me in the head immediately, which is very frustrating to deal with. So hopefully now, if you see someone with their hands over their face, they are blind, and you can kind of take your time to line up your shot if you need to. So a pretty solid change. And as far as graphics are concerned, they've some minor changes, some optimization fixes, which is always good to see. Grenades, they've added some access labels to the grenade lineup reticle, so that's also pretty cool. A pretty big change for the lineup community is the fact that the grenade preview camera now shows the result of a jump throw while the jump button is held. So that's a very, very good change. It's gonna help people that don't pay for refrag or use prac and all of that. You get a nice predictor without having to have any sort of third-party anything. And another really cool addition is the fact that they've added in map guides. They've shown kind of a very basic guide for train, so let's load up into that and see what that's all about. All right, so I'm all launched up here. Let's see what this is like. So we need to go to practice, competitive, train, and yeah, we just need to tick load map guide on. It was already checked. Let's see how it looks. I'm curious to see how useful this is going to be. My expectations are kind of low as far as like Valve tutorials. They've never been all that great. I kind of hope it's bad so they don't take my job. But oh, would you look at that? Wow, this is actually really good. Push into the corner of the scratched bollard. So I didn't know that's what you call those. And then look in the direction of the arrow. So we're going to go right here. We're going to look up. Oh, there's like on screen. Wow, this is actually really good. How to jump throw, pull out a smoke, hold down the fire button, aim, jump, and release at the same time. Those are good instructions. That's usually how I'll explain it in the comments. And wow, what do you know? You just do a jump throw. Is that going to land an Ivy? Let's watch the preview. It is. Wow, wow. That's insane. So they actually have, is this like a spot you can get stuck into or just, that is really cool. Well, good stuff onto Valve. Oh my goodness. This is actually, is this a left click? It's a normal throw. Okay. Oh, so this is I see. This is like one of the, you need to use the grenade reticle. Well, that's really cool. I wonder if people like Refrag are going to be able to use this from inside the game files and actually like do better like tutorial based stuff like in Nadar. This is really cool stuff, honestly. I'm not going to lie. That's better than I expected, and from a Nade guy, it's kind of cool. So good stuff, Valve. Way to go. All right, so moving on, let's, I think that's a pretty good change. And it also looks like, yeah, we're going to be able to create these ourselves, save them, load up the map guides. So overall, this is a pretty cool change. I'll look at kind of making these for you guys and seeing how much we can do with that. As far as miscellaneous things, there's nothing just too crazy, some good quality of life adjustments. Obviously, they've added in train, all the community maps, and look at this huge list of changes for Overpass. One thing that they've done is it looks like they've removed a good bit of water and done some performance improvements around B site, all of that great stuff, and just a ton of visibility and line of sight adjustments to just make the map a little, just feel and look a little bit better as far as competitive play. So I definitely think that means that we're going to be seeing Overpass back in the active duty pool very soon, probably just after the major. So props to Valve for fixing a lot of stuff on Overpass. Let's jump into these maps and just give some first impressions on the changes, and then I'm going to get to the rest of the night and just looking for lineups. All right, so I'm just going to jump onto Overpass very quickly and just see if I can immediately notice. And yeah, I mean, it does look like there's way less water. It looks like they've kind of drained, yeah, they've drained a lot of this area over here towards construction. And yeah, wow, that's actually a ton. My goodness. Yeah, this is some pretty significant changes as far as how much water yeah, I mean, they've completely drained this. They also said they made some changes to the way this drop works. So that seems nice. Seems like a good change overall. And just other like visibility things on A. I don't know if I'm going to notice that immediately. I have not played this map much, admittedly, over the last couple of months. This fence definitely looks a little bit different. And they've made it to where I think they said they removed some trees out here, or like some weird things so you can get into stuck spots better. I don't know. Overall, I think those are some positive changes, even though I did love the way that Overpass looked with that water and just kind of the way Source 2 was rendering that. I think for a competitive standpoint, this is going to be way better for optimization and visibility. So, you know, I think this is a pretty good change. I think it's probably going to be ready for some good old competitive play again. All right, so I've just launched up Eden. It definitely looks maybe castle-esque in Scotland. So let's see. I at least saw a castle in the background. So let's see. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, this is looking pretty cool. Just like an old city vibes in... Yeah, wow, okay. I'm actually going to go to Spectator and just pull up the mini-map. So this is kind of... looks like a fairly 3-lane map. Yeah, I'm liking the looks of this. We'll go ahead and I kind of like to look at the map before I actually start exploring around and just give my first impressions. So let's see what all we got over here. So this is just kind of like your, I guess this would be considered long. This almost kind of reminds me of Deadlock, the New York City Deadlock map, even though this is Scotland and looks nothing like New York, just kind of the way that the cobbled streets. Wow, this map looks really good. Another example of fantastic map making on the Source 2 engine. And finally, Valve has rewarded these map creators and put their works into the game. This looks very, very good. So let's take a look at what does A site look like. It looks like similar to Overpass. They actually spawn on A site. And similar crates and police around on Overpass, but this looks really good. So this is actually the site where I'm inside of right now. So this kind of orange area. I mean, it looks like a pretty standard bomb site. Some fairly solid cover. Different pieces over here. This is very cool. I'm stoked to see this. Let's go over here onto B. Ooh, this is a cool site. Just different. I like the elevation changes, kind of dipped down in here. Cool stuff. I'm definitely going to spend a lot of time like actually doing lineup videos and things like that for this map. But overall, this is just really good to see. Wow, I cannot stress enough. This is just amazing. Looks so good. Let's take a look at Basalt. I've played that map in the past. Let's load up into it here. Practice, competitive, Basalt. And we'll take a look at this. We'll take a look at this one, and maybe, I guess, I don't know if it was a new Wingman map or new Arms Race map. I'll kind of look and see what it was. Let's do exec demos, not demos, exec practice. Should probably have a bind set up for that, but now that I use refrag for everything, I kind of used my practice commands a little bit less than I used to. But yeah, this looks very similar to the CSGO Basalt, obviously looking way better in the Source 2 engine. I remember this being B site over here. Yeah, I would go for this kind of boost here and peek onto site. Yeah, this looks really good on Source 2. Wow. It's gotten a significant makeover, for sure. I love the Iceland vibe. I actually thought it was Greenland this whole time, but I saw a map of Iceland, so I'm gonna guess that it wasn't. So A site here, very small site, as you can see. Not a ton of cover, but very just realistic looking map. Looks so good. Man, I'm so impressed by these maps. I can't wait to dive in and actually, find some lineups for these. I may make like a combined video that's showing lineups for like the new community maps, just because, I don't think it's too necessary to have one specific video on a map that's this, niche, but who knows? Let me know what you guys want to see. All right, so it looks like our other two maps are actually Wingman maps. So let's look at Palais first. Is that Palais or is it Palace? It's not Palace, right? I might be an idiot, but that's fine. Let's see how this looks. This looks very cool. Oh, I have actually played this map. This is the one I think that has the, this one I believe has an Easter egg somewhere where you can like open up some sort of like special room or like a lockbox. This is very, very cool. The minimap looks crazy on here. But wow, how cool is that? This looks kind of similar to Half-Life Alyx. How cool is that? Yeah, I think these like little things, there's something about like an Easter egg on these. Oh, the birds actually run away. Oh wow, it's a very big drop. So this is a site over here, a little bit of rooftop action going on. Wow, this is really cool. Can you jump? I'm guessing you'd have to boost back up here and go around. Man, this map is beautiful. Wow. I guess I haven't played this. I think I've just seen the Easter egg on it. Can you not? I guess you can go down here. Cool. Yeah, okay. So this is kind of like a sniper's nest window area. Little one-way jump up. Yeah, I like the kind of like rooftop jumping and that sort of thing, the parkour. It feels very cool. Definitely a Parisian map here. Wow, I'm a big fan of this. I like these unique map styles. Like, you just don't see much of this very often. So big props to the creator of this one. This was super unique looking. Definitely deserves to be in the game. How cool is that? And the last map we're going to take a look at is Whistle. So this is sort of, that's very fitting, part of the train update, but it looks like a train-themed... Did I not exit practice? No, I didn't. Okay, let's take a look. This looks very cool for a wingman map, yet again. I love the colors, the autumn, you know, the fall vibe. Definitely fitting for Valve to add in with this update. Man, this looks so good. The lighting is just very impressive in Source 2. Wow. I love that. Man, this is so cool. It kind of reminds me of Lake with the outdoorsiness overall, but yeah, these buildings are... This looks so nice. Just a nice little European train station going on here. Nothing crazy, but yeah, this seems like a really good wingman map. I can't wait to see this, honestly. I've been thinking about hosting a wingman tournament in the Discord, so we may have to do it on the new maps, because why not? Test them out. But yeah, this looks good. I mean, wingman maps are fairly simple. It looks like the bomb site is just right here in the middle. Right in the middle of the station, but looks like a lot of good little rotations and cheeky spots to get up into. Overall, it's a wingman map, and it looks like a pretty good one, so... I'm ready to get in here. I think I'm gonna end the video here, guys. If you have any suggestions for me, I'm gonna have a lineup guide for Train probably tonight. So I'm about to stay up all night, drink some coffee, and get at it. But thank you guys for watching this and just kind of seeing my reaction. And let me know if do you want to see these types of videos as a part of updates. You know, I know a lot of people that aren't able to just jump right on maybe want to see these and just kind of see my initial reactions and thoughts. So a little bit different from me, guys. But again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully here in just a few hours. Stay tuned.